Okay, real quick before we actually start the video, this is going to be, we're going to go on a little break while Age of Apocalypse is releasing, and I want to mess around with that box as much as I can. So I just wanted to quickly show how you can find these decks in the database in the future. Um, I was honestly pretty surprised that these made the front page because I've just been going through every single hero aspect combination. It's not anything like super special, but I do want to share these decks with the player base, what I think are the most synergistic deck builds for the hero design. I don't just want to come up with a shell that you can copy and paste to every single hero. It's not interesting to me. When I play Marvel Champions, I'm really looking to try to get a unique experience, something that I feel like I haven't played before. So something like Black Cat drawing you a triple resource into Moon Girl with self-control, or Captain Marvel using energy channel and popping energy channel into a mulligan into a second energy channel. These kinds of plays, I want to make each deck feel like it's synergizing with the hero's actual design tenets, and I want to make it feel unique from any other deck you could possibly play. So all of these 200, 300 plus decks, they're all in that mindset. That's what our goal here is. So once these fall off the front page, which I appreciate all the people who have liked and commented and whatnot, or if you're not seeing a regular post from me, maybe I'm just uploading when I have time, you can go up here on the Marvel CDB to Decklists, and then when you go to Advanced Search, you can type in every hero, every aspect, hit the search bar, and you're going to see all of the current decks in the series so far. So this is going to be filled up as time goes on. It's going to take a lot of time, a lot of effort. So I appreciate the patience on everyone's part. Let's say you want to only see the pool decks. Well, you can go up here to aspect, and then you see like the 50, 60 heroes with their pool aspect. We're going to be mixing up the different aspects, so maybe we'll jump to aggression, justice, whichever aspect you can filter here by what aspect you want to see. You can also filter by the hero. So maybe you just want to see like the 5 Ant-Man decks or whatever. So you come up here to hero, you select Ant-Man, and that'll show you every hero, every aspect, Ant-Man justice, Ant-Man aggression, leadership, protection, pool, that kind of thing. I'm sure some folks are going to clone the decks and then publish them because they don't know how private decks work. But if there's like a bunch of new decks on here that are ones that I didn't publish, what you can do is come over here to author name and type in Journeyman 2, and then you'll see all of the Journeyman 2 every hero, every aspect decks. So this is how you can use the Marvel CDB search function. This is going to be a resource for any new player that just wants to get a deck in their favorite hero, favorite aspect, and they just want to load up a deck and not think too much or have too much setup. You come here, filter out for this series, filter by aspect, filter by hero, and then of course you can see all of the videos on YouTube as well. So thanks for letting me interrupt the start of the video here, and then welcome to Every Hero, Every Aspect Iron Man Pool. Hope you enjoy the video. Have a great day. Welcome back to Every Hero, Every Aspect. We have in front of us Iron Man Pool, and this is kind of a weird one. On the one hand, there is not a lot of synergy with Iron Man for Pool. Pool does not have a lot of energy resources, especially not on cards that we actually want to play or keep in our deck. Like stuff like Blackout and Healing Factor that have these energies will stay out, and so they won't get hit by Repulsor Blast. So unlike most of the Iron Man decks that I build and like, this one probably plays Repulsor Blast the least, which is unfortunate. However, we have other synergies here with Pool. So just like we talked with in Captain Marvel, one of the strengths with Mulligan is when you can draw more cards with it than you started. So like doing that hero to alter ego flip, you play Mulligan, you draw an extra card, as if you had started your turn in alter ego. Well, Iron Man has a 7-card hero hand size when he is fully built out. So that 7 card hand size, you play mulligan off of um, you play mulligan, you draw fresh 7 cards. So you get to ping a bunch of stuff into your metagames, and also you can spend a mental on rocket boots to go aerial before you mulligan, because spending that mental for rocket boots does not count as playing a card. So you go aerial, you play mulligan, you've essentially gone aerial for free, you get a fresh 7 card hand size. Something really cool is that superpower training can actually change your hand size without needing to play a card. So let's say I'm sitting at 4 card hand size with Iron Man, and one of those cards is Mulligan, and he uses his basic thwart to clear superpower training. Superpower training now gets me another tech card, so now at 5 hand size. So I play that Mulligan and I draw 5 cards, which is more than I started my turn with. So being able to change your hand size mid-turn is something really unique for mulligan play. Other than that, we have some stuff that helps him stay in alter ego. Blackout for the confused, not my responsibility. If you draw that turn 1, you can stop a scheme, and you get to stay down and build and use futurist again. Maybe use Stark Tower again. Try to get as many techs out as possible. So we're going to go into the deck build and obviously the game run through. Um, we've added the Sinister mods from Next Evolution to the core set, Super Strength, Flight, and Telepathy, because Spider-Man and Captain Marvel just handled the core set so easily um, that we had to keep it interesting for ourselves. And I love those mods from Next Evolution. They really help spice up, especially Super Strength and Flight. Super Strength grants steady on setup, and Flight grants overkill. And I think that those are 2 effects that like most decks nowadays need to build and prepare for. You cannot completely rely on chump blocking. You cannot completely rely on status. I randomized the mods, and each scenario gets a different one of the mods, and it becomes really interesting. Some of these scenarios we have to play pretty risky with Iron Man Pool here, because he wants to stay in alter ego, which is risky, but when he flips up in some of these scenarios, it's very risky if you take a double attack or like an Ultron gang up or something. So stuff like healing factor, not my responsibility, really helps us stay on our toes for these additionally difficult scenarios. But you can watch the gameplay, and I hope you enjoy. All right, we've got our deck all laid out here and ready to start talking about it. So we have Mulligan here, as we already discussed. We can go aerial with something like Ingenuity with Rocket Boots, doesn't turn off Mulligan, draw a fresh 7-card hero hand size. Um, it is pretty crazy. We are still running all of the doubles, unlike in Captain Marvel where we weren't, just because the doubles are still really good off of Pepper Pots. We still like to double up on those, helps us set up a lot faster. Iron Man has a lot more upfront thwarting thanks to Arc Reactor and the Mark V helmets, so we are including a couple player side schemes. Uh, Pretty standard ally fare here. Professor X, Mockingbird, and Nick Fury pretty much been in all of our pool decks so far. Moon Girl because we're a genius, White Fox because we might discard her off of a Repulsor Blast and get her into hand, or discard her off of Futurist. Sorry, not into hand, into play. But just having like looking for any sort of good energy cards to add to this deck was a real struggle, as you'll see as we look through the pool cards here. We'll start with the allies. None of them have energy, so there's like next to no synergy with Iron Man's kit whatsoever. Um, so these are not really what we're looking for. We don't want to be adding an amplify because we're staying down, that kind of thing. Upgrades, there are no tech upgrades in pool, so nothing to help us increase our hand size. So like building Iron Man pool is initially does not look very synergistic unless you see this whole mulligan line of play. Laser Swords isn't coming in because we're not basic attacking, even though we have the Arc Reactor ready. Healing Factor, it's an energy resource. It can help us when we're being hit by overkill, being hit by steady, that kind of thing. we're not running tic-tac-toe here because we don't have allies we want to heal. Like, sure, we could play War Machine and spend 2 to heal him so we can use his thing again, but as everyone knows, War Machine is one of the worst signature allies in the game, and he's much better in hand as a wild for rock, paper, scissors because we have no other wilds in this deck. So I'd rather not play him and keep him cycling for a free draw off of rock, paper, scissors. Um, let's see. Blackout, we need that confuse as often as we can get because in the early game we need to be flipping so much. So Professor X, Blackout, not my responsibility. These cards are going to help us flip. Stick-to-itiveness. This is the first pool deck we have not used stick in. Honestly, Iron Man does not need to ready more than he already does with Arc Reactor, particularly in solo. Maybe in multiplayer we can add stick in and he is readying 3 times. But a lot of the times, if I am thwarting too much with Iron Man, I don't have the threat necessary to fill up Blackout, and I really want to be triggering Blackout to get the confuse as much as possible so I can flip back down. And if I clear all the threat with basic thwarts, there's nothing to put onto Blackout. So we don't really need the ready that much, and the physical is something that's not very synergistic with our deck outside of like Quinn Carrier. Supports, if you've watched other videos, there's not much to talk about pool-wise here. Resources, triple resources, always really good. Unfortunately, Pepper Potts only looks at printed resources, so she's not going to generate this as a triple, she's going to generate it as a single. So that's why we're including the basic doubles alongside these triples, but the triples are good for Mulligan, they're good for the armor, they're good for our allies. Again, we have the Moon Girl plus self-control combo. Events. So again, if you notice, a lot of the events we actually want to be running don't have energy. Break time is not something that we really want to spend a lot of resources on. I got this. We don't really have the cards for the icons here, and it's pretty low payoff. So unfortunately, the events, the cards that actually stay in our deck and don't get put onto the table, are not the right icon for Repulsor Blast once again. We're not using Get Ragey because we don't really have something that stays on the table, like Spider-Man had with Black Cat or Captain Marvel has with Agent 13, that kind of thing. I mean, this can help with Nick Fury, it can help with Professor X. Again, we don't want to clear all the threat necessarily with Professor X because we've got Blackout, and I don't want to include this in the deck just if it's useful for Nick Fury or like White Fox or something like that, just to get them cycled back in. I don't think it's enough value for a 40-card deck spot. Okay, so events, we don't really want to add a lot of these that don't have the right resource. That pretty much covers our pool options. Yeah, there's really the main attraction for Iron Man and pool is the Mulligan with a 7-card hero hand size. I don't think anyone else in the game really has that. Okay, looking into basic, again, the events here, not a lot of the ones that we would consider including have the energy resource icon that we're looking for Repulsor Blast. Right, we don't need the readies from Earth's Mightiest Heroes, we'd include stick otherwise. Assess the situation doesn't actually increase his hand size if he's already at his max. Because of the way this is worded, to a maximum hand size of 7 instead of to a maximum hand size of +6. This means it's a hard cap. You cannot increase his hand size any more over this. So we're not including like Live Dangerously. That could otherwise be good in a Mulligan deck because he can't actually increase his hand size more than 7. If there was +6, like on Deadpool's signature Cable ally, he could, but the wording here, because it does not have that plus in front of it, means it's a hard cap. Okay, going into the allies, we've already talked a lot about the allies here. Again, a lot of the energy allies, other than White Fox, are not things that we are including here. We would love to include Gamora, but we don't have a way to put her into play to get around that Guardian trait lock. We would love to include Spider, but again, we don't have a way to put her into play, and I don't want to include these allies just as a card to hit off of Repulsor Blast. We have so limited deck spots, and we have a lot of weaknesses to make up for with our Alter Ego reliance. So a lot of these cards, I thought about Hope Summers because, again, Repulsor Blast is a superpower, but because of how weak Repulsor Blast is in this deck, getting it off of Hope doesn't really do too much. So we're skipping out on a lot of these allies, keeping a pretty slim ally lineup, really just what is required. Upgrades. Main upgrade here, again, we're not going with Deft Focus to play for Repulsor Blast, for everything we already talked about. The main upgrade we want to look at is Plasma Pistol. Finally, something that actually synergizes with our hero kit. It's an energy resource for Repulsor Blast, and it's a tech to increase our hand size. So those are the two things we want to look at when we're building decks for Iron Man, and this card satisfies both of those. Pool has no tech, and it's very limited on energy resources. This card satisfies all of that, instant include at 3 copies. And nothing else here is really catching my eye, really. You could say Endurance deserves a one-of slot, especially after you watch the gameplay. I think in some difficult scenarios, Endurance is good because you're often not getting that armor out right away. So you can get stuck around 10, 9, 11 hit points, but Endurance does not help us with the self-resources. Just playing Endurance does not satisfy the requirements to get them from a single to a double or a double to a triple. But Endurance is definitely one that we can definitely side in a lot of scenarios. Supports, we're really just looking at Quinn Carrier here. It helps us get the mental for our rocket boots. It helps us fill out Blackout if we're too heavy on a single resource type. So Quinn Carrier is what we're looking at. The rest of these, they're all trait locked or they don't help us too much. Avengers Mansion is always something to consider when we have triple resources. If you draw Avengers Mansion a triple turn 1, I mean, you have to look at it. But it's he has too many other things he wants to be playing turn 1. He wants to be playing Stark Tower, he wants to be playing his tech. So too much competition for Avengers Mansion, and it's not something that we might not even be able to drop late in the game if our triple resources get turned off. Oh, I should mention that Ingenuity is an upgrade, not a support. So Ingenuity, another way for us to go aerial, doesn't turn off Mulligan, perfect for us, especially when we're flipping down. Okay, including the doubles for Pepper, easy. Energy Genius Strength, nothing else resource-wise. Side schemes build support. It gets us Quinn Carrier, it gets us Pepper, it gets us Stark Tower. We have Thwart able to clear it. Either we make a basic Thwart and Helmet, or 2 basic Thwarts with our basic and Arc Reactor. You can even do basic Thwart and a threat with Blackout and clear it that way, and all of a sudden you have fresh support in play, and you haven't played any cards yet for Blackout. Or, sorry, for Mulligan. Specialized Training is interesting. It does draw us a card. Again, because we are so reliant on Blackout for flipping down, we don't usually want to clear all the threat with basic Thwarts like we usually would. We are much more reliant on this than like Captain Marvel was when she has her Spider-Woman Confused ally, or like Spider-Man was with Not My Responsibility, and all of this like different, his insane card cycling and things like that. Early game, we might be flipping up with like 3-4 hand size and might not be able to play Professor X, and we want to fill out a Blackout. So we don't necessarily have the time, nor do we want to use Specialized Training to get the Thwart, which is usually the best one. And we're not going to be basic attacking very much. So the rest of these options, not super helpful. Superpower Training, this is the one that's like super key here because, I mean, Iron Man, everybody knows he wants to get his upgrades out as fast as possible. A lot of the time, it's hard to get out your armor upgrade, but you really need those hit points, and Superpower Training helps get it for us much easier. An exhaust and one cost card is much easier than 4 resources. So this is just a very good tempo play for Iron Man in a lot of situations, and like we talked about in the intro, this does not turn off Mulligan. So if you start your turn at a 4 hand size because you had to flip up early, but one of the cards you got out on a previous turn was Superpower Training, and you clear that Superpower Training, you go up to a 5 hand size mid-turn, and then you you play Mulligan and you draw 5 new cards you otherwise wouldn't have been able to. So this is just a super unique play that I think only Iron Man really has. That being able to change your hand size mid-turn without playing a card is key. So we're just leaning into Mulligan. This is a full-on Mulligan pool deck. A lot more flipping. We've got Moon Girl, we've got White Fox, a couple other unique angles to come at this with, but Iron Man pool, everybody. Does not have any tech, does not have any energy. I've said it so many times, but hopefully this gives you a good baseline on what to expect from Iron Man pool, and enjoy the gameplay. Okay, real quick, I forgot to talk about one of the interesting interactions in this deck, so we're going to insert this somewhere into the video you're watching. But one of the interesting interactions here is actually between Pepper Potts and Rock, Paper, Scissors. So this is not going to come up very often, but it's just a very interesting way to utilize Rock, Paper, Scissors. Because Rock, Paper, Scissors discards a card, well, if it discards a double resource or something, that could immediately be seen by Pepper. Now let's say you need a specific resource type like a mental for rocket boots. You don't have ingenuity, you don't have Quinn Carrier, or maybe you need something very specific to complete blackout, get that confused. Now usually, like let's say we want to get mental, right? Usually you would show energy, and if you hit mental, great, you draw it and you get it, and if you don't, then boo. But in this case, what we can actually do is, because Pepper can see that top card, we don't need to actually draw what we get off of Rock, Paper, Scissors. Of course, it's better if we do draw it because it's an extra resource, but we can actually double the chances that the actual resource of the card is useful by selecting to show physical instead of energy. Now you might be saying, Journeyman, why would I show physical? I won't be able to draw that mental. Well, here's the thing. If it's mental, it's going to be on the top of your discard pile for Pepper Potts. But if it's energy, you get to draw it. So no matter what, as long as you're not like hitting a War Machine or something, or a different physical, then you're going to be able to use that card in some way. Either you draw it and you get that energy to hand, or you get the mental on top of your discard pile for Pepper Potts. So just a very interesting interaction that Iron Man has with this Rock, Paper, Scissors card, where he gets to use the resource of the top card of his discard pile with Pepper. So just something to think about, have in the back of your head, especially early in the setup. Maybe somehow the shuffle broke down that you got an early Pepper but not an early Quinn Carrier, or that kind of thing. But very neat, just wanted to spotlight that, and yeah, inserting this into the video. Okay, back to your regularly scheduled Every Hero, Every Aspect video. Welcome back to Every Hero, Every Aspect. We are continuing our core set run through with Iron Man Pool, and those first couple core set runs went way too smoothly, so we're going to be mixing it up. We have all 3 Sinister mods. We're going to shuffle them up. Rhino is going to get one, Klaw will get one, and Ultron will get one. Okay, Rhino is getting super strength. Okay. Here we go. So he has brute, steady, +1 attack. So he's a 4 attack right now. Okay, well, great start. Be hilarious to get Ingenuity, Moon Girl, and Quinn Carrier and 0 tech. I kind of want to... I don't think we're going to be able to get Pepper, unfortunately. Unlikely superpower training as well. We want to go for some mentals here. There we go. Okay, strength for Ingenuity. Ingenuity. Actually, let's do Futurist first. What do you want to add? We'll add the gauntlets. Get rid of the other 2. They have to be discarded in order. Okay, now Ingenuity and Genius. for Moon Girl. We'll draw 3. Professor X gets half of a confuse onto him. Oops, we forgot to put starting threat here. We might be able to stay down. We don't get Quinn Carrier, we do get 1 Gauntlets. Let's do that. We'll play Professor X. He is half confused. Professor will clear Breaking and Taken. We can have Moon Girl. Let's save her for now. And then Repulsor Blast and 1 Gauntlet for a second Gauntlet. Let's sit on this hand here. Okay, 1 threat on Rhino Schemes for 1 and 0. And then the encounter card. I'll take that, discard the upgrade we control with the lowest cost. That's going to be our powered gauntlets, unfortunately. We don't want to get rid of Ingenuity here. Okay, we are going to be getting some more stuff out. Professor X is gone. Maybe even stay down. I feel like we could get Not My Responsibility. Yes, let's futurist, see what we get. 1, 2, 3. Gotta go with the Arc Reactor. As much as I love Rock, Paper, Scissors here, Arc Reactor is too good. Okay. Maybe we just forgo Quinn Carrier. And we go. Well, if we play the Quinn Carrier and the armor gets us the Arc Reactor, 1 boot gets us a second boot. We have a 3 hand size. Not great. Let's Moon Girl, clear them in, stay down. We will sack the Quinn Carrier for the Arc Reactor. Healing Factor for a boot. And what do we have left? We only have 1 gauntlet left in the deck. We do have some plasma pistols, so I think we can get rid of the armor. Get another boot, go up to 11. And we should have, I know we could do Quinn Carrier for the boot, hold the armor, right? 1, 2, sorry, Ingenuity, not Quinn Carrier. 1, 2 for this. Mulligan for 1 boot, Ingenuity for other boot. Do we hold the armor or do we hold Quinn Carrier? Let's hold Quinn Carrier, because I think we have the plasma pistols coming up. Let's stay down. Kind of risky, but we should be okay. No, not my responsibility. Alright, he schemes for 4. And the encounter card, false alarm, we're confused. Forgot to ready everything. We do still have max hit points, so I think it's time to flip up and start Quinn carrying. Yes. Alright. Let's futurist. Self-confidence, War Machine. Oof. Probably Mockingbird here. Yeah. Let's grab Mockingbird. Flip up. Get rid of our confuse. Ready with Arc Reactor. Self-control can play Quinn Carrier. Repulsor Blast and Energy. We'll get half a stun onto him. So yeah, we're not going to deck out. Let's go ahead and play Blackout. And we'll spend Repulsor Blast, Ingenuity, Quinn Carrier to remove 3 threat. 1 as, let's do 2 physical. And then a mental from Ingenuity. Remove 2 more here. And then Mockingbird can ping for 1. Okay. We've got Moon Girl as a blocker. We've only got a 4 hand size. Okay. 1 threat. He's attacking. We block with Moon Girl. There goes Shocker. Well, maybe we should have blocked with Mockingbird. I think she's going to miss the shuffle now. Let's have blocked with Mockingbird here. And the encounter card. Exhaustion, Surge, into Advance. Schemes for 2. Okay. We're definitely gonna Moon Girl, clear some threats. Let's ready with the Arc Reactor. Let's not Moon Girl, actually. Let's keep her around. Let's Blackout here. We could flip down and mulligan. Seems kind of good. So we need 3 specific resources for Blackout. So White Fox gets us an energy. If I hit the sack build support, I think we'll drop Stark Tower for the mental. And then Quinn Carrier gets us the last energy. And we will pop Blackout. So after we have filled it up, we get to discard it, confuse the villain. So he is now fully confused, not just half confused. We'll pop Moon Girl. Let's see, we'll just deal him 1 with our ready. Flip down Futurist for the top 3. We have not played any cards yet. Let's go ahead and just take any of these. And then Ingenuity and these 2 for mulligan. It's going to be a fresh 6. Maybe we can get some build going, and not my responsibility. And Professor X. Probably want to hold him though. Okay, we did deck out, so an encounter card. I think we'll do 2 Repulsor Blasts for a Plasma Pistol. I just hold these other 3. Maybe not my responsibility. I think we've seen both advances anyway, so yeah. Let's do it this way. 1 threat on, he's confused. 2 encounter cards. First one is a Surge. Second one is Ivory Horn. Third one is Master Plan. There we go. Crisis Side Scheme. He's at 5 attack right now. Okay, we got a lot of good stuff. Build support. Gets us Pepper Pots. We do have 4 attacks, so I'll have a normal-ish hand size. Let's Futurist. Mulligan, Moon Girl, Self-Control. Oh, man. Let's grab Moon Girl. Those 2 go away. Quinn Carrier, Ingenuity, and War Machine for Moon Girl. We'll draw us 3 cards. Okay. Got the gauntlets. Let's throw a mulligan for build support. Let's throw a self-preservation for a Professor X. Get another half confuse. Oh, you know what? I don't know. We're doing this the wrong order. Self-preservation and Plasma Pistol for Fury. Draw 3. And then Strength and Mulligan for Professor X. Get that half confuse. All the basic stuff still quite strong. And let's go ahead and get our first gauntlet out. Alright, we'll flip up. Clear the Crisis. There's probably a way we could have done this, leaving the Strength on top, actually. Yes, so if we had played Professor X differently, so that those 2, let's see, these 4 were Nick, and then we did these 3 for Professor X, and then this was the Powered Gauntlets. That way, when we do this to get Pepper Pots, she does have a double resource on top for our next hand. And then let's just go face. It's going to be 4, 5. Takes him down to 6. Arc reactor's already. Might as well clear the main. And let's plasma pistol for 1 more. Get him to a nice even number. And we have a 6 hand size. 1 threat on. He will attack Professor X. Okay. Professor X going away. Iron counter card. Hard to keep down. He heals 4. Ooh, Nick is going away. So we covered up in double anyways. That was all meaningless. Classic. Let's get our armor. Up to 7 hit points. We can use Pepper and Quinn Carrier for the Stark Tower. And then Ingenuity, Punch. Punch for Mockingbird. We're just getting the full build out, full stun here. Can't flip down, so we should go face. Plasma Pistol for 1. Iron Man for 1. Mockingbird for 1. Let's hold on to Moon Girl. Power Gauntlets for 1. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. We're at 7 hand size. There we go. 1 on. He is stunned. And then Hydra Mercenary with guard. Alright, that's fun. Let's have Moon Girl deal 2. Mockingbird will deal 1. Taking out this guy. Okay. Let's do energy for our gauntlets. Pepper sees energy for another plasma pistol. Healing factor for rock, paper, scissors. Let's show energy with rock, paper, scissors. Nope. Oof, there goes our helmet. Flip down, we get it. Stark Tower. Just can't really flip right now. We'll play Blackout. We'll use Quinn Carrier to move a threat to it. Treat it as a physical. Ingenuity, turn us aerial. And we'll do 2, 2, and 1, which will advance him. So he is tough. We're stunned. Already with Arc Reactor, clear the stun. Plasma Pistol 1, we'll ping this tough. I think we'll sit on the Plasma Pistols and most likely win next turn. Where are our punches at? Both in the discard. So I might actually just pitch this genius. Deck out. Try to draw into our punches. 7 card hand. Well, mulligan gets us the win probably. Alright, we did deck out, so action and counter card. 1 threat. He's attacking Mockingbird. Okay. 2 encounter cards here. Assault, he's attacking us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Takes us down to 9. And then Under Fire reveals 2 more encounter cards. Hydra Bomber, we'll place 1 threat on the man. Explosion, it's going to surge into advance. He schemes for 1, 2. Okay. So we only need 3 resources for mulligan here. And we can get Blackout in the full confuse. So let's spend 1 mulligan as a mental. Oh, we did get 1 punch. That's fine. The helmet as a physical. Punch and plasma pistol, both energies, and then this ingenuity for the last one. It's going to clear that. Oh, you know, it was only 4. It was only 4 threat, not 5 threat. So we have everything except the last mental from Ingenuity. Okay. Quinn Carrier, Superpower Training, and Professor X for Mulligan will get us a fresh 7. 2 Repulsor Blasts. Chance to hit White Fox, not bad. Let's go ahead and spend Self-Confidence on Repulsor Blast, targeting Rhino. First discard, second discard, third discard, fourth, fifth, only 1 energy, so that's going to be 3. And then we'll spend War Machine's the one on top for pepper purposes. We'll spend Self-Preservation for the other Repulsor Blast. 1, 2, 3, White Fox goes into play. 4, 5. So that time we hit 2 energy, it's going to be 5 damage. Gets us an encounter card. Alright, I think we have it here. Ingenuity sends us Aerial. Powered Gauntlets will deal 4. Plasma Pistol, Plasma Pistol. That's going to be 2. Iron Man for 1. Arc Reactor for the last one here. Okay. Still had other stuff to do, but here it is. So Super Strength Rhino defeated there. So Klaw will either have Flight or he will have Telepathy. And we'll go ahead and set that one up. See you in a few seconds. Hi everyone, and welcome back to Every Hero, Every Aspect. We're continuing our Iron Man pool core set playthrough. We have Expert Klaw set up and ready to go. And he's going to either get the Flight mod or the Telepathy mod. Okay, Telepathy it is. Retaliate 1, +1 scheme, and Psionic trait. Time to mill for a minion. Armored Guard. Best one to start with for Iron Man. Oh, this is just incredible. Okay, Supersonic Punch is the only card that we are mulliganing here. This is an insane opening right away. Let's go ahead and Futurist. Self-Control. This is absolutely nuts. I mean, you guys saw me shuffle all 3 triples with the big boys over here. We'll do Self-Control into Moon Girl. I'm not worried about losing that Arc Reactor. We'll get Stark Tower out. Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't know if this even counts because it's just insanity. We're going to be so built. Turn 1. There's Professor. Get that Confuse. I hope that Arc Reactor is still the top one. It's the only one. So, good. Genius for Stark Tower. Stark Tower will grab us our Arc Reactor. And let's go ahead and, well, you know what, we could have done this in a different order. Instead of spending Genius, we could spend Repulsor Blast and Healing Factor. We can spend the Gauntlets on the helmet. We can spend Genius on Arc Reactor just in case we draw Pepper Pots. Okay. Professor will clear the Crisis. These 2 will clear the Acceleration. And usually I'd love to flip up with all these chunk blocks, but 3 hand size is 3 hand size. We'll stay down. Okay, 1 threat on. He's confused. This guy schemes for 0. Encounter card, turn 1 Shadows. Well, I mean, that kind of evens us out, although Iron Man doesn't really have that difficult of a Shadows. Okay, Nick and Professor are gone. I guess all that extra all the extra sequencing for Genius on top didn't really matter. Okay. I think we're gonna want let's Dark Tower and get what's the topmost here? Probably the other power gauntlets. I think we're gonna want both these gauntlets. Let's go ahead and play one set. War Machine and White Fox for the other set. Now we should futurist something here. Could stay down another turn. Not my responsibility. Probably not. Don't really need to. Now do we play the third plasma pistol? I think so. I think that's better than Blackout here. Oops. He should be on the discard. We're going to flip up. We will thwart 2 with our arc reactor. Get that gone. Helmet can clear 1. Gauntlets. Plasma pistol. We'll put 1 damage onto Whiplash. Gauntlet. Put a damage into Armored Guard. We're slightly at risk hit point wise. We do have a good hand size here. Nice 6 hand size and hero. Let's go ahead and hit that. Well, here's our hit points, and we got Mockingbird. 1 threat on. He's attacking. For 2 boost cards, we'll block with Moon Girl. There we go. That was a good choice. Just don't want to draw a gang up. Whiplash will hit us for 3. Armored Guard for 1. Our hit points don't matter as much because we saw all of our triples. And he gets solid sound body. So Retaliate 2 on him. Because the Retaliate stacks. Okay, let's go ahead and ping another Plasma Pistol round into Whiplash. It's not an attack, so no Retaliate. Clear the main. Ready. We can do 2 repulsors and a boot for Mockingbird. Stun Klaw. She can attack 1 into Whiplash. Gets him to 3. She takes a Retaliate and a Consequential. Power Gauntlets will deal with him. The other one will ping 1 into Armored Guard. I think we might just flip down. Honestly. Sacrifice that main scheme. But I think we need the heal. So let's go heal. Stark Tower can return a boot, and then we can futurist. 1, 2, 3. Let's grab Pepper. And let's play Pepper. And next turn we can get the boot back so we can go aerial. Oh, you know what? We're gonna deck, so we're not. Deck out card. 1 threat. Scheme is for 2. 3, 4. He schemes for 0. 2 encounter cards. Armored Guard and Backlash. Each player discards top 5 cards. We're going to take 1 for each printed energy. There's 1. Just 1. But we did lose Professor X. And we did lose some big resource cards. Any tech. Yes, Plasma Pistol will come to hand for Stark Tower. We should Futurist now. Superpower Training. White Fox, Supersonic Punch. We'll grab the Superpower Training. White Fox goes into play because she was discarded by Futurist. Okay, let's go ahead and spend 2 for Ingenuity. Pepper sees Strength, gets us another Plasma Pistol. We can recover. Flip up, pretty safe here. Can do 1 mulligan for Rock, Paper, Scissors, 1 mulligan for Superpower Training, Arc Reactor to ready, thwart 2, White Fox thwarts 1. That's going to get us our +6 hit points. I mean, even the boots would have been an okay pull there just to get the aerial stuff online. Ingenuity will play Build Sport. And we will Power Gauntlet to take out 1 guard. Power Gauntlet and Plasma Pistol will take out a Tough and deal 1 damage here. I think we'll just Mockingbird and Plasma Pistol to take him out all together. The helmet will take 1 off the main. I think we're okay. 7 card hand for sure. 1 threat, stunned, 1 encounter card. Exhaustion, Surge, not what we like to see. Into a hazard. Okay, we do have Moon Girl, but I don't think we have Professor. We probably have a Not My Responsibility coming up. I think it might be guaranteed that we hit that, actually. 10 cards if we flip down. Well, we're going to use War Machine for Rock, Paper, Scissors. Guarantee is a Repulsor Blast. Ready with Arc Reactor. Just go ahead and clear Build Support. Or the Hazard. Build Support gets us Quinn Carrier, which helps us draw with Moon Girl. I think we just gotta take 1 off the main with White Fox, 2 off the Hazard with Iron Man. And we're gonna dump 4 for War Machine. He'll thwart 1 here. Okay, we're only gonna have 2 draw off Moon Girl, but I think that's okay. I think it's okay. What do we need to remove this? Energy, mental, physical. We don't really want to spend a mental right now, because we don't have a lot to spare. So let's helmet 1 off the main, flip down, Futurist 3. We'll grab Mulligan. Pepper sees the energy. That's actually not super helpful. So let's just do Boots, Mulligan, Ingenuity for Moon Girl. She will draw 3. We'll Dark Tower those Boots back. Supersonic Punch the Boots down, +1 hit point. Self-Confidence for Healing Factor. And then throw Blackout out here. Moon Girl will take out the Hazard. Okay, we didn't use any of these because we didn't want to take the Retaliate. I want to save the Plasma Pistol charge. We will be getting Not My Responsibility. Unfortunately, some good allies missing the shuffle. Oh no. I totally must have missed it in the deck list. Okay. We're still okay. Schemes for 3. 4, 5, 6. So that's going to get us a minion. Oop. Here. Tiger Shark schemes for 1, 2 encounter cards, Armored Guard, 1 step ahead, discard a card. There goes our triple. Okay. We're going to throw Moon Girl into Tiger Shark. Let's go ahead and throw White Fox into Tiger Shark. We'll exhaust War Machine. Deal 2 damage to him to deal 1 to each enemy. Here, here, and here. Oops, he should be only at 17. Let's go ahead and Quinn Carrier, Supersonic Punch, and Energy for Nick to draw 3. Okay, and then we'll Futurist. I guess we'll just take the Repulsor Blast. We have so many resources. Flip up. Let's go Aerial with Ingenuity. Helmet will take 1 off of each of these. We'll clear Build Support. Go get our Quinn Carrier. This will clear Tiger Shark. This one will deal 2 to Armored Guard. Plasma Pistol will finish the Armored Guard off. Now we have 1 of everything here. Quinn Carrier, Supersonic Punch. No, Quinn Carrier. Repulsor Blast. And Self-Control. We'll get rid of this. Strength gets us our other boots. And then Pepper sees Strength for an 8 damage Supersonic Punch. Take him down to 9. We take a Retaliate. Nick. We'll attack him for 2. Takes Retaliate and Consequential. I think we're doing okay here. Yeah, we don't really need the rest of this. 7 cards, 1 threat on, block with Nick. If the villain is making an undefended attack, they are not. Only 1 encounter card. He attacks us. If it deals damage, place threat on the main. Take it in War Machine. Exhaust each ally. Already exhausted. 1 threat on the main. Okay. Need 29 damage and a tough. We will Healing Factor. Back to full. Self-Preservation into Mockingbird. This might have been a good mulligan turn, honestly. Let's go ahead and rock, paper, scissors, showing mental, going for physical. Nope. We'll go aerial. Mockingbird will ping him for 1. Takes Retaliate, Consequential. Helmet takes 1 here. Actually, it's not. Let's drop 2 mental to take the 2 threat off the main for Blackout. Start working on another Confuse. Pepper, Quinn Carrier, Plasma Pistol, this one, and this one for 2 damage. Let's go ahead and Power Gauntlets for the remaining 4. He comes in with Tough, and 22. We take 2 Retaliate. We'll ping the Tough ourselves, take another Retaliate. Ready? Flip down, recover. Stark Tower gets us back the Plasma Pistol. Futurist will get us. Oh, Professor X for next turn. Yep. I think we'll hold on to everything. See what happens. A threat. He schemes for 4. 5, 6. We're going to not my responsibility that into Mockingbird. So in Discord, allies I control cannot ready. Exhaust each ally I control if no allies are exhausted. Surge. Electric Whip attack. Choose to either deal 1 damage for each of our upgrades or discard 1. Let's discard a boots. Get that back. Gang up is going to surge. Advance. Schemes for 4. 5. Oof. Triple boost would have ended it right there. Stark Tower. Boots. We lost hit point when that went away. Let's Futurist. Gosh. We'll keep a Repulsor Blast. Let's flip. Or do I have Double Mental for summoning Discord? I guess we spend Double Mental. Okay. Repulsor Blasts. Plasma Pistol. Here, and Rocket Boots for Nick. Draw 3. Self-preservation. Well, that would have been a pretty decent Repulsor Blast if we just went for it. We will mulligan to go aerial. I guess we'll show mental. Or what's Supersonic Punch? Supersonic Punch is an energy. Oh, we don't have a physical to show. So yeah, we'll show mental. Oh, nice. Well, tons of resources. I guess we'll just spend our energy on Blackout. This is going to deal 4. Take 2 retaliate. And we're not going to attack again. We can Plasma Pistol for 1. There we go. Hold these 2. Okay, then we've got it next turn. 1 threat, a stun, an encounter card. Okay. We'll flip, we'll exhaust, we'll get rid of that. Healing factor brings us back to 16. We're going to get a Stark Tower search and a Futurist. Get the Rocket Boots. Futurist will look at the top 3. There's our second Supersonic Punch. Oh, or Moon Girl. I mean, who cares about drawing cards when you can just win the game, right? Oh yeah, both of these guys should be gone. Okay, strength, we gotta go aerial. Ingenuity, go aerial. Strength for Supersonic Punch 1. And then Pepper C strength for Supersonic Punch 2. And that takes Klaw down to 0. That was a pretty smooth game. Not too shabby. I mean, we had that amazing opening. He put up a little bit of a fight, stalled us a little bit, but we built our huge Iron Man board. And now we will be going up against Ultron with Flight. So overkill Ultron. Not liking the sound of that, but we'll see how it goes for Iron Man here. Alright, see you on the next game. Welcome back to Every Hero, Every Aspect. We're going to continue our Iron Man pool run through Expert Ultron. We are giving him the Flight mod because Rhino got Super Strength and Klaw got Telepathy. So he's got the Flight mod in there. Shuffle his deck up. Shuffle our deck up. We get a drone. I'm going to try to do a little bit better this game. I know that Klaw game had some mistakes in it. I need to start recording at normal hours of the day. I think a lot of times I'm recording late into the night because I have a roommate, and so it's just the time when it's quietest. We have 2 dogs between us, so unfortunately I end up doing my recording very late, and I'm not catching certain things. But we're going to make it a 2024 resolution to try to start recording at normal times of the day. Hopefully I'll sound more awake and can explain things better as well. Alright, so this is an interesting hand, Ingenuity. Mockingbird is good when he's got overkill. Get that stun. I think we're going to pitch the rest. Might even pitch Ingenuity, I don't know. Depends what we draw here. Let's go for it. Oops, we drew 2 too many cards. Okay, well, we'll go ahead and Futurist right off the bat. Give us that Genius. Genius into Ingenuity. 3 for Mockingbird. Do we stay down at that point? Flip up with a single hand size? I don't think we can play Ingenuity. I think we do Genius for Arc Reactor. This is unfortunate. Didn't get any of our pool resources. We could mulligan for 6, but I don't know if that's going to help us. We don't want to mulligan away the Arc Reactor. Everything is so good here. What if we Ingenuity Arc Reactor and hold Mockingbird and stay down? Let's try that. See how that looks for us. Ingenuity. Sorry, oops. Ingenuity. Mulligan and punch for the Arc Reactor. Flipping up with 2 hand size is absolutely insane. Powered Gauntlets, and then we're taking a huge attack. I think we gotta stay down. Let's lose the Gauntlets, dig a little bit deeper. Okay, Helmet's good. Self-control to Mockingbird is good. Get out build support. 1 threat, Ultron schemes for a lot. This pops, we get a drone. Both the drones scheme for 1. And the encounter card is Master Plan. Gosh, if it's that Ultron's Imperative. Nope, under attack. Now we either place 2 threats or deal 3 damage to ourselves. I think it's the same either way. If we deal 3, we recover it. If we put 2 on, we just Arc Reactor it, so we may as well take the 3. At least our allies can deal with Crisis. Alright, self-control. Let's Futurists. There we go. Oh, Nick Fury. Let's go Nick instead of Energy. I think we need him. We'll go Mulligan and self-control for Nick. Draw 3. It's all kind of good. I don't think we can spend the tempo on Pepper or that. We'll get Mockingbird out. We can do Ingenuity for the helmet. Let's recover. Flip. We're ready. Do we play build support? Probably. He's done for Mockingbird. Let's go ahead and take out 1 drone. I think let's get build support. And we can clear it with Nick and Iron Man, and then next turn we clear the Crisis. Well, here, we can do Helmet and Nick. Clears the Crisis. And then let's just play build support. Maybe we get a boot and we go aerial next turn. Clear them in. There we go. Ready up. We're only at 3 hand size. A mulligan would be a great draw. Oof. Well, Professor X after a flip down. Okay, 1 threat on. Let's make it 3. He's stunned. Minion attacks. Just block it with Nick for now. And then, oh, free flip to alter ego. Do we even care about the exhaust? Exhausting the upgrades, I mean. Because if we stay in alter ego, we're not going to use these two anyways. So we just miss out on the one resource. But if we flip down, yeah, if we flip down, we have no use for our exhaust. So let's get rid of this. Nick goes away. Okay. And now, let's Futurist maybe? What do we, Professor X, get Quinn Carrier, and then Futurist? Professor X, Quinn Carrier, Futurist. Well, this could be Quinn Carrier, so let's use Mockingbird to pop that. And then we can, no, it's Futurist, because if we draw a triple, we just play Professor X and Stark Tower. So let's Futurist first. There we go. Yeah, we'll take that triple. So self-confidence, Professor X gets us a confuse. He can clear build support. What do we go for Pepper? I don't know how many doubles we have left for Pepper. I think they're all in the discard. No, we've got Genius. So if we draw Moon Girl next turn, Pepper could actually help us. Oh no, Genius is in the discard. So yeah, let's go Quinn Carrier then. This is going to get us one card closer to drawing Moon Girl. Actually, we're going to guarantee it next turn. Okay, Quinn Carrier and White Fox for Stark Tower. Stark Tower is going to return the topmost tech in our discard. I'll be Powered Gauntlet. We're one short from being able to play it. Yeah, let's keep it down there. I would love to get the Power Gauntlets out. They really help with Ultron. Okay. We're getting 6 cards, so not decking out one threat. Let's make it 2. Oh, our last card is Moon Girl. That's awkward. Here's a Confuse. And then the encounter card is Aerial Bombardment. Attached villain gets +1 attack and ignores the Retaliate keyword while attacking a non-aerial character. We have to exhaust and spend double mental for that. Okay. We need to start getting more tech. Stark Tower gets us the Power Gauntlet. Seems good. We know we've got Moon Girl here. Let's go ahead and get that Power Gauntlet. Okay, so we've got 2 for Gauntlet, 2 for Plasma Pistol, and then we have 3 for Moon Girl. That all seems good. We're going to be taking a very chunky attack. So maybe Rocket Boots here so we can get aerial, at least reduces the damage by 1. Well, let's see what Moon Girl draws. Maybe we don't play any of this, it all misses the shuffle. Okay, we'll Futurist to draw Moon Girl. We're going to play Moon Girl, spending Ingenuity, Quinn Carrier, and War Machine. Draw 3. Okay. Now we're working. We definitely want to get out the Powered Gauntlet. I think this is going to be our mental for Rocket Boots. So we'll go Plasma Pistol for a boot, get us up to 10. So this will be the thing that makes us go aerial. And then do we spend the other 3 for healing factor? Could be worth it here. I don't know if we're going to be able to flip down again. We did deck out. I don't even know if we use Moon Girl. Maybe we just shump Moon Girl. He'll get +1 against her with overkill. 1, 2, 3, 4. A drone, that's 5, plus a boost against 3, so 2 damage at minimum. Heal some back with healing factor. Maybe we should have had Mockingbird go back in the discard, activated her. We played a little bit fast there. Classic us whenever we're streaming. Maybe we just get down blackout. Start pitching stuff. Get closer to that confuse. Yeah, that actually might be it. We don't worry about healing factor. So let's flip up. We'll spend a mental to go aerial. Let's play blackout. And then we can spend plasma pistol and healing factor as the 2 energies needed for that. Take out 2 threat. Take out the rest of the threat. Power gauntlet for 2 damage. And yeah, let's sit on these blockers, I think. And I do want the gauntlets. We're getting 5 hand size, so that's normal. Probably see some triples, maybe. Yeah, I think the gauntlets are a good hold here. Mulligan is also nice. Rock, paper, scissors, good. Okay, so 1 threat. Let's make it 3. We don't want to get too many drones. Here's 1 drone. He's attacking us for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with overkill. We'll block with Moon Girl. The boost card makes it 7 with overkill. Ouch. And the drone hits us for 1, 2 encounter cards. Exhaustion. That's not good. High ground. Discard each tough status, then we take 2 indirect damage. We'll put 1 on us and 1 on Mockingbird. Overkill Ultron is no joke. Under fire. Make it 2 more. Upgraded drones and upgraded drones. Okay, so all the drones have 3 attack, 3 hit points now. I think we'll spend rock, paper, scissors to go aerial. Take a threat. And actually, aerial isn't really doing too much for us. Maybe we just go into blackout and play mulligan. Let's do, we're 1 threat short for blackout. I think the 2 physicals here are key. And we can always draw not my responsibility potentially. Let's ready. Helmet can clear the last one. Power gauntlet will put 1 damage onto this drone. We'll flip, we'll recover. Is there any tech that we want to return to hand here before we mulligan? I don't think so. Because we can just get our power gauntlets back. So let's go ahead and spend plasma pistol, gauntlet, Quinn carrier for mulligan. Draw 6. No Professor X. We did get not my responsibility. That's not so bad. These are both doubles. Stark Tower gets us the gauntlet back. At least help on these drones. Spend 1 for a gauntlet. Spend 1 for superpower training. Get that +6 hit points soon. Okay. Now it's a matter of, do we stop the starting threat? Or do we stop his scheme? Let him scheme. I don't think he can scheme out unless he draws 2 triples. Or a triple and a double, actually. We've seen under fire, seen a lot of the triples, I think. So let's go ahead and pitch this, sit here. Oh, we forgot Futurist. We can draw into Professor X. Oh, we sure did. Yeah. Okay, a double. And Supersonic Punch gets us Professor X. He gets a Confuse. He can clear Superpower Training. And just like that, we're back in it. Okay. Looking good. Not My Responsibility stops the starting threat. Professor X stops the Confuse. We'll still have some threat to clear for Blackout. That's okay. Alright. Looking good. What a clutch Futurist draw. We're going to Not My Responsibility the starting threat into Professor X. That stops its force response. Ultron is confused. Drone schemes for 1. And the encounter card is Drone Factory. We're going to get another 3 hit point drone. That's got 6 threat on it. We're running out of space for these drones. Okay, do we recover here? Pepper Potts. Seems okay. Let's go ahead and spend Boots and Genius for Pepper. And use Dark Tower. Actually, we should probably Futurist first before we cover up that Genius. What are these two? Nick and Strength. Well, Nick is pretty good. I think Nick is great here. Where we get Strength. Strength into Pepper. Dark Tower. Sonic Punch. Oh, and then we have no jump. Let's go for Nick. Alright, we decked out. We're running out of space for all these cards. So we're going to play Nick. We'll spend Boots, Mulligan, and Genius. We'll have Stark Tower return the boot to hand. Nick is going to draw us 3. We'll recover. Back to full. So we had another triple here. Oh, we shouldn't have spent Genius because we wanted Pepper to see Genius. Oh well, she's going to be played with the triple anyway, so we're not losing out too much here. Let's have Pepper and Ingenuity complete Blackout for us. Can take 1 off, 2 off the side skim here. Get a Confuse to Ultron. Supersonic Punch for our last armor piece, get us to 17. Quinn Carrier makes us go aerial. First Gauntlets kills this drone. Second Gauntlets puts 2 damage here. And do we have enough to clear one of these? Doesn't look like it. It's unfortunate. Let's go ahead and get Rock, Paper, Scissors down. Helmet, take 1 off of each. We can ready, attack this drone. Okay. Let's leave Nick at full. Weirdly, just so we have a block. We need to get Mockingbird back. Get that stun again. At least we can flip down again next turn. We'll be okay. And we have 7 hand size finally. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Moon Girl, Professor X. We got some good stuff. War Machine helps out with Rock, Paper, Scissors. 2 on the main. We'll make it another 2. Ultron's going to attack us, put a drone into play. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 attack with overkill into Nick Fury. 6. Ultron heals 1. So we're going to take 3. Drone hits us for 1. and we have 2 encounter cards. First one is his armor. Rhino has base still. Gang up. It's not good. Oh wait, no, this drone has 3 attack. We might die here. Okay, oh no, we're aerial. So at least he'll have a -1 there. So he gets a drone. He's attacking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 0. And the drones are hitting us for 6, so we have to defend 1. And we survive on 1 health. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Gosh, Ultron is out here being nasty. Let's use rock, paper, scissors with War Machine. Gets us energy. Okay. Mulligan and energy will get us Professor X. We're going to stun one of these guys. Let's use Ingenuity to go aerial. Helmet. Take some thread off. Gauntlets will put 2 damage on each drone. And do we have 1 of each resource? I think so. Are we going to still have 3 for Moon Girl? I don't think we're going to have 3, but we'll have something. We can use Pepper as a double. Or did we do that already? No, we didn't. I don't think the double is going to matter here. We'll use Pepper, Quinn Carrier, and Repulsor Blast to take out 1 upgraded drone, which is going to kill both of these guys. I guess Professor wasn't super helpful here. He will be able to clear them in already. We'll flip, recover, 1, 2, 3. Dark Tower can get us Plasma Pistol. And let's Futurist for a mental. Well, not my responsibility. It is excellence. I don't think we're going to spend it. I think we're just going to draw 2 with Moon Girl. Healing Factor we also desperately, desperately need. So many attachments. Could have Moon Girl take out. Well, we don't really need her to take that out. It's better than nothing. Unfortunately, both these amazing allies missing the shuffle. Not my responsibility. I don't think it's super important that we... Not my responsibility, so maybe we just get Healing Factor out. I think that seems good. Card, 1, 2, 3. Confused. Second card. Oh my gosh, more attachments. Assault is going to surge. Ultron schemes for 2, 3, 4, 5, up to 8. And then we discard the top card of our deck for each threat placed this way. So 5. At least that gets Professor X closer. Healing Factor for 2. Let's recover for 3. I feel like the Retaliates and the Vibranium Armor are not super important. Okay, what are we doing here? All of our self resources are all single resources. We just cannot stop Ultron. It's a real problem. Let's go Stark Tower to get Plasma Pistol back to hand. Futurist, 1, 2, 3. I think Blackout here. The more status that we can do, the more we can slow him down. Definitely want to get Mockingbird and Nick into play. And if I can, Arc Reactor to take out something. Probably this aerial bombardment. Killing us with the extra attack. Yeah, let's go ahead and Plasma Pistol, Punch, and Genius for Nick. Draw 3. We can have Pepper, C, Genius. Actually, we don't need to do this yet. We can flip up. Ready. Pepper can see Genius. We exhaust. That gets rid of aerial bombardment. Okay. Mulligan, Mulligan, self-confidence for Mockingbird. Slow him down slightly. Let's get Blackout going. The Retaliate means I don't really want to use the gauntlets, so aerial isn't doing too much for us. We'll have Helmet, clear 1. Ingenuity, Quinn Carrier for 2. We'll do 1 mental and 1 physical. I don't think I want to deck out, so I'm thinking about just holding both of these. And just going 1, 2, 3. Or actually, maybe yeah, instead of Mockingbird, Mockingbird will attack for 1. So she takes the Retaliate, so I can guarantee she goes back in the shuffle. And next turn, we should be able to black out and flip down. There we go. Strat. 1, 2, 3 threat, stunned, and then repair sequence. Surge. Oh, I hope we don't get a drone here. Oh no, we saved this 1 card. All of our best allies missing the shuffle. I should have attacked with Moon Girl. Gosh, this is unfortunate. We can get rid of some attachments. We need to black out and flip. Nick is gone. So what do we need? We need a physical and 2 energy. Repulsor Blast, there's our physical. Self-preservation and Plasma Pistol, that's 2 energy. And then Ingenuity will be the mental. And that's going to get us a Confuse. So at least we can maybe turbo draw back into our deck. Oh, you know what? Because we decked out, we were supposed to draw another encounter card, which would have been another drone minion. Crazy. Okay. Let's have Quinn Carrier to go aerial. Gauntlets, gauntlets. We'll take these 2 out. We need a physical to try to get rid of Ultron drones, or upgraded drones. So let's go reveal mental, go for physical. Nope. Oh, we had Pepper on top. We could have gotten rid of it. Ouch. That's a misplay. Oh, healing factor. Should be up to 11. Let's go ahead and get rid of the concussion blasters. Starting to see the light. Moon Girl, take 2 down. Arc Reactor to ready. I might have been holding up my responsibility here. Let's flip Stark Tower to grab a Plasma Pistol. Futurists. Genius. I think we get 2 Plasma Pistols now. Genius for Plasma Pistol. Pepperpot sees Genius for our 2nd Plasma Pistol. Oops. I think we're going to recover for 3. We're getting close to full again. And what do we want out of next turn? We're going to be able to block the starting threat. He's confused. We're really Getting close. Yeah, we're pretty built here. We just gotta keep flipping, keep confusing, keep stunning. Let's just hold on to these and not deck out. Just like I said last time. That's not my responsibility into Mockingbird. No starting threat, no drone. Confuse goes away. But we should probably have it tough, because he took damage while we had Vibranium armor out. Caught off guard. 1 boot. Back to 13. Okay. Our turn, we're going to Stark Tower to get that boot back. Healing factor for 2. Recover for 2. Neat. No allies. Futurist. Okay, War Machine. Or Rock, Paper, Scissors. That's not our last card. We'll wait on that. It's ready. We have Strength. We sure do. Let's go ahead and Strength. Get rid of this Vibranium armor. Plasma Pistol to ping the tough. Might just start going face. Self-control and actually, is it time to start drawing? Let's have Pepper see the strength here. Ingenuity will make us go aerial. Pepper sees strength. We play Supersonic Punch for 8. Gets him down to 12. Wind Carrier and Repulsor for Supersonic Punch. Oops. Gets him down to 4. Because I don't think, unless White Fox is our last card, I don't think it's worth Repulsor blasting. Nope, she's not. Okay. Now we will Rock, Paper, Scissors, showing War Machine to draw the last card. Extra card here. Wind Carrier, triple resource for War Machine. This resource for Boots. Oops, we accidentally went up to 17. Now do we pop? I don't think we can pop him because he's going to get a bunch of drones. Although it's going to stop his forced interrupt at least. He goes up to like 4 attack. 4 attack with overkill. Got 4 hit points. Problem is I don't think we can take out any of the drones because they're all going to be 3 hit points. That's annoying. We'll Power Gauntlets for 2. Plasma Pistol for 1. Hope to get rid of this upgraded drones before we flip him. Alright, 7 cards. 1, 2, 3 on the main. He's attacking, he gets a drone, we're going to defend with War Machine. He's at 4 attack. The boost is 1. So, 1 overkill. This drone hits us for 2. 2 encounter cards. Advanced drone. And then we take 2 indirect damage. Okay. Moon Girl. Nick Fury. We can probably turbo into Professor X here. Or at least not my responsibility. Do we have 3 for the drone? Let's go Quinn Carrier, Ingenuity, and Punch. Get rid of that. That means Plasma Pistol gets rid of this drone. We can do Mulligan, Punch, Energy for Nick to draw 3. Nick can put 2 on this drone. Healing factor should put us back to 14. No mental. Let's Rock, Paper, Scissors, showing energy. Nope. Plasma Pistol for 3. Gauntlets will kill this drone. He gets a little face down guy. We'll thwart for 2. Ready. Go ahead and use Blackout. Or do we thwart for 2? We're not going to thwart for 2. We'll go ahead and play Blackout. Pepper and White Fox. C is energy and physical. Takes 2 off. Helmet will take the last one. Okay, something's happening. There might be a top 3 mental there. Okay. We can take out this drone. It's Professor. No. We're probably going to draw Not My Responsibility then. That's okay. It's ready. Flip. Recover. Stark Tower will get us back. No. Nothing. Okay. So we should Futurist before we Stark Tower. There's only one more tech in our deck. It's Plasma Pistol. So we Futurists. 1, 2, 3. We gotta take Not My Responsibility. Unfortunate for Mockingbird. And then we play Moon Girl. She'll draw the last 2. Or 2 of our last 2. Do I save her for a chump? I don't want to pop him right now. Still. So yeah, we'll save her hit points. Probably drop Repulsor Blast, save the pistol. Okay. There's all our mentals. Encounter card 1, 2, 3. He's going to scheme for 2, 3, 4, 5. We will Not My Responsibility into Nick Fury. Crisis of Infinite Dreadpools. Dreadpool comes out. This comes out with 4. Use it all shuffle in. That's good. Then deck, advance. He schemes for 2, 3, 4, up to 7. This is really not awful. Oh, 8 because of the amplify. All right. Mulligan gets us 6 cards. I feel like that's good. We can always get Plasma Pistol back. Yeah, I don't really like this hand. I think we just mulligan it. We don't really have anything that we can spend it on in Alter Ego, unfortunately. So we're just going to mulligan. Draw 6. I like that. Mockingbird is amazing here. We can Stark Tower to get that Plasma Pistol back to hand. I think we're coming up over the curve. Futurists. 1, 2, 3. We'll add Professor X to hand. Strength goes to the discard, and White Fox comes into play. This is like the perfect scenario here. Professor X in hand, Strength for Pepper, and White Fox being discarded by Futurists. Okay, we have no more reason to stay in Alter Ego. So we can use Pepper as a double with Repulsor Blast to play Mockingbird, and we'll go ahead and stun. Alright, let's start doing things. Moon Girl, White Fox will defeat Dreadpool. He becomes dealt to us as the first player. And I hear some noise. I might have to pause. Sorry about that. That's the perils of trying to record in the waking hours. As sometimes we get interrupted. But everything's okay. I think it was still my turn. I had played Mulligan, drew into some fantastic cards. What were we doing here? We want to pop Ultron, I think. Clear the side scheme, clear the 2 drones. What did these 2 do? Oh yeah, we were flipping Dreadpool over, if I remember. He engages the first player. When he's defeated, we deal him to ourselves as a face-down encounter card. So he's going to be dealt to us. I think we did that with White Fox and Moon Girl. And let's see, Professor X, we'll get a Confuse on him. Let's go ahead and pop him now with Plasma Pistol. he gets advanced, we need to find the imperative. Top 2 cards of our deck come into play as drone minions. They have +1 attack, +1 hit point. Let's go aerial with ingenuity. Take out the 2 drones. So far, so good. We'll have helmet. Take 1, 1, and 1. Okay, Mockingbird can go ahead and take 1 here. We'll thwart that for 2. Oh, we're only going to have Professor X. No, we got Blackout. We have plenty of ways to clear extra threat. So let's go ahead and self-confidence into Professor X. We'll overwrite Mockingbird, I think, because the stun is the most valuable thing to keep in the encounter deck. For these overkill scenarios, we'll get a Confuse onto Ultron. Professor X will take 3 off the main. Repulsor Blast will take 1 here. That's a physical. Completing our physicals there. So we need energy or mental. So let's show energy. Go for mental. It's a wild. Oof. So that was our rock, paper, scissors draw. We can Twin Carrier to move a threat into the energy spot, no, into the mental spot. And then let's Plasma Pistol to move 1 into the energy spot. Instead of playing it, I think that's fine. Arc Reactor to ready. We'll clear here. And I think Genius for Supersonic Punch to get him down to 19. And we should be okay. I don't think there's any way that we can lose here. We're pretty solid. 3 encounter card turn. Famous last words. We'll put 1, 2, 3. He's stunned. 3 encounter cards. Dreadpool, Ultron Drone, hit point shield, and then anti-regeneration ray. We can either give that to ourselves or defeat Dreadpool. So it's 3 for it, basically extra 2 damage. I think that's kind of expensive. It's 2 every turn, I guess. If we're gonna do a second turn, I don't know if we're gonna have another turn. We need to deal 5 plus 2, that's 7, plus 19. We need to do 26 damage. We only have 1 Supersonic Punch. Let's go ahead and rock, paper, scissors, showing War Machine. Okay, Repulsor Blast. We can self-control in Mulligan into Nick Fury. Draw 3. Okay. Let's go aerial. We'll have Plasma Pistol and our gauntlets take out the Ultron drone. Moon Girl will take out the new drone. So we just need 19 damage. We got 8 with Supersonic Punch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here in basic activation, so it's 13. We would need to hit 3 from each Repulsor Blast. I think it's possible. Maybe we start with the Repulsor Blasts. Here. Discard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. So that's 5 damage. So we're guaranteed the win here. That's nice. War Machine for the other Repulsor Blast. Even with only 3 cards, doesn't matter. 2 Plasma Pistols, so that's going to be another 5. And then we can Genius into Supersonic Punch for 8. Get him down to 1. And we'll just finish him off with a basic attack. Okay, there we go. That was Iron Man Pool versus Expert Ultron with the Flight mod. And I hope the interruption isn't as noticeable as some of the late night mistakes from the other games. Iron Man Pool, kind of interesting. Love Mulligan with him. Even with Helmet, Blackout is still putting in some work just for the Confuse. Okay, see you guys for the next hero.